In this video, we will dive into a wild discovery that challenges everything you thought you knew about ancient times, right from the heart of old Baghdad. Imagine this. You reach back into history, way back like 2,000 years ago. You picture dusty scrolls, grand temples, simple tools. No complex machines, right? No advanced science, definitely no electricity. That's what we've always been told. But what if I told you that our understanding of ancient times, especially in a place like ancient Baghdad, might be totally, utterly, mind-blowingly wrong? What if a forgotten civilization was playing with sparks, while we thought they were just lighting torches? It sounds impossible, doesn't it? Like something out of a science fiction movie, but it might just be real. And it all starts with a simple, yet astonishing clay pot. Picture this pot. It's small, not much bigger than your hand. It looks innocent enough, just a piece of old pottery. But this isn't just any old pot. This is what we now call the Baghdad Battery. Found near Baghdad, in a place called Qujat Rabu, way back in the 1930s. When it was first discovered, people thought it was just a container for scrolls. A storage jar. Nothing special. But then a German archaeologist named Wilhelm Koenig really looked at it, and he had a thought, a wild, almost unbelievable thought. He looked at the way it was put together, the parts inside, and his brain went, "Wait a second. This looks familiar." What was inside this unassuming clay jar? Get ready for this. Inside the jar, there was a copper cylinder, like a small, rolled-up sheet of copper, carefully placed. And right in the middle of that copper cylinder, there was an iron rod, just sticking right down through the center. It sounds so simple, right? A clay pot, a copper tube, an iron rod, nothing fancy. But Koenig knew something. He knew that when you put certain metals together and add a specific kind of liquid, something incredible can happen. Something that was supposed to be discovered much, much later in human history. He theorized that if you filled this pot with an acidic liquid, like grape juice, or wine, or even vinegar, those simple parts would become something else entirely. They would become an electrical cell, a primitive battery, the very first battery known to humankind. Think about that for a moment. We usually think of electricity as a modern thing, maybe a few hundred years old at most. From the time of Ben Franklin and his kite, or Alessandro Volta with his early experiments. But this artifact, this unassuming little pot from ancient Baghdad, pushes that timeline back by almost 2,000 years. It's like finding a smartphone in a dinosaur dig. It just doesn't fit. It shatters everything we thought we knew about history and ancient technology. So why is this so perplexing? Because the very idea of ancient people understanding electricity is, well, electrifying. It means they had a grasp of physics, chemistry, and engineering that we're only now catching up to. They understood how different metals react with acids to create a flow of invisible energy. How did they figure that out? What kind of experiments were they doing in those ancient times? Were there mad scientists, ancient geniuses, secretly tinkering with these bizarre contraptions, creating sparks in the darkness of their workshops? The thought itself is enough to make your jaw drop now. Here's the fun part. Does it actually work? Can this ancient Baghdad battery really generate electricity? Yes. Yes, it can. Modern scientists have recreated these ancient batteries, using the exact same materials, the same design, and filling them with grape juice or vinegar. And guess what? They produce a small but definite electrical current, enough to light up a tiny light bulb or create a noticeable tingle if you held the wires. It's not enough to power your house, obviously, but it's enough to prove that the fundamental principle of electricity was understood and put into practice way back then. It's a ghost of forgotten knowledge, whispering secrets from the sands of time. But if they had electricity, what in the world did they use it for? This is where the theories get really wild and truly fascinating. One popular idea is electroplating. Imagine you have a cheap copper statue, but you want it to look like pure gold. If you could use this ancient battery to run a current through a gold solution, you could coat the copper statue with a thin, beautiful layer of gold, making it look expensive, magical, and truly special. And guess what? We have found ancient artifacts from this very region that are electroplated. Gold-plated items that shouldn't exist if they didn't have a method like this. It's almost too perfect a fit. It feels like a secret the ancients wanted to keep, hidden in plain sight. Another incredible idea suggests they used them for ancient medicine. Imagine using a very mild electrical current for pain relief. Perhaps some form of ancient acupuncture, or simply to soothe aches and discomfort. Small, gentle zaps to make someone feel better. It sounds completely bizarre, like something out of a futuristic movie, but some ancient texts hint at unusual healing practices that involved strange sensations. Maybe this was their secret healing technology. A lost medical marvel that could have changed countless lives. The possibilities are truly mind-bending. And then there's the truly unsettling, almost surreal theory: religious rituals. What if ancient priests used these batteries to create magic? Imagine a dark temple, a statue with hidden wires connecting to these batteries. At a certain moment, when the crowds were watching, a light would flicker on in the statue's eyes. Or a secret door would slowly, mysteriously open. The people would think it was a miracle, a sign from the gods. The priests, of course, would know it was simply a little electrical current, but it would give them immense power and control. It's easy to see how such a shocking discovery could be used to amaze, to inspire, and perhaps even to control the masses. It brings a whole new layer of intrigue to ancient religious practices. Here's another perplexing part. Why isn't this knowledge widespread? Why don't we have ancient textbooks describing how to build a Baghdad battery? Why don't historians talk about ancient electrical grids? It could be that this knowledge was highly guarded. A secret passed down through a very select group of people, maybe priests or elite craftsmen, who didn't want to share their power or their astonishing discoveries. Or maybe, just maybe, it was such a common thing that they didn't even bother writing it down, much like we don't write down how to plug in a lamp. Or perhaps, and this is truly unsettling, the knowledge was simply lost. Lost to wars, to forgotten empires, to the endless march of time. A flicker of brilliance that faded back into the dark. The existence of the Baghdad battery forces us to ask massive questions about history itself. How much do we truly know about the past? What other astonishing inventions, what other incredible scientific breakthroughs might be buried beneath the sands of time, waiting to be rediscovered? Could there have been entire civilizations that reached a level of technological understanding far beyond what we give them credit for? Were they playing with forces of nature that we are only now beginning to fully grasp? This little clay pot from ancient Baghdad is more than just an artifact. It's a key that unlocks a hidden door to a past that is far more mysterious, far more advanced, and far more astonishing than we ever dared to imagine. It challenges our entire timeline of human progress. It makes you wonder what other secrets history is still holding on to. This one small, simple object, sitting in a museum, quiet and unassuming, whispers tales of a time when the impossible might have been commonplace. A time when ancient hands might have held the very spark of creation. It's a genuine "wait, what?" moment in history. We still don't know its exact purpose. Was it truly a battery for electroplating, or something even stranger? Was it a single, lucky accident, or a widespread technology used across ancient lands? The questions linger, hanging in the air like an unseen current. So, the next time you think about ancient history, don't just picture simple farmers and grand rulers. Imagine instead a world where unseen forces were harnessed, where strange lights flickered in the darkness, and where the very fabric of reality was being explored in ways we are only now beginning to understand. The Baghdad battery isn't just a quirky historical footnote. It's a profound mystery that suggests our past is far stranger and far more brilliant than any history book could ever tell. It makes you wonder, what else is hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to truly see it? What other shocking secrets are lurking just beneath the surface of what we think we know? Did this ancient mystery blow your mind? Share your thoughts below. Want more ideas like this? Follow for more amazing discoveries.